have been a furniture designer for the past 10 years. Obviously, nowhere near the level of Hans Wegner here, actual icon, but a girl dabbles. And one of my favorite pieces of furniture is the chair. So buckle up, take a seat, if you will, while we discuss the history of this iconic piece of furniture. First, I'm going to take you to Scotland, circa 3200 to 2500 BC, somewhere around there, where we first find signs of elevated seating in the forms of these very simple stone benches. But this is monumental because it shows humanity's move from sitting on the floor, and it shows humanity's move from purely functional to creative and strategic living. Ancient Egyptians first created stools to sit on, but then they would make their way into creating and crafting these beautifully intricate chairs made out of wood, ivory, and even gold. The thrones of ancient Egyptian kings and queens often depicted lotus flowers and animal motifs in their designs, which would later resonate in later design periods such as Egyptian Revival and Art Deco. And can we just take a moment or 10 to just absolutely admire this stunning craftsmanship on the back of that throne? I cannot even imagine how talented these artisans and craftsmen were when they designed this furniture. Then we have the Greeks, who perfected the klezmos chair with its perfectly curved legs and its concave back. It had this ergonomical and elegant form that would later actually inspire neoclassical chair designs, which is still being produced and manufactured today in more modern iterations. So, did you know that your dining room chair dates all the way back to ancient Greece? Romans would then adopt and then embellish the folding X chair or the curule chair, and it was a symbol of power because it was used by magistrates, dignitaries, and clerics. In medieval Europe, chairs remained a symbol of power. The Merovingian throne of King Dagobert I had panther legs, for example, and floral carvings, most likely referencing the importance of dignity over comfort. And here come the Italians. During the Renaissance, there was a broader adoption of the chair, and in Italy, they introduced the upholstered Savonarola chair. And one of my all-time favorites, the Dantesca chair. The things I would do for this chair. And we also had the introduction of the 3- and 4-legged stool chairs, which actually became quite popular among wealthy merchants. Now let's do a little hop, skip, and jump all the way to China. Now, shall we? Now, Chinese elites did use armchairs during the Tang Dynasty, which was like, I don't even know, 600 and 900 CE or something insane like that. But they were not more commonly used until the Qing and Ming Dynasty, which was from like the 1300s to the 1900s. And boy, oh boy, could the Chinese carve a chair. They literally honed the art of root carving into furniture. This is like blows my mind. I can't even imagine being this freaking talented. In the late 18th century, neoclassical furniture really referenced ancient Greek and Roman architecture. It featured straight lines, but also nods to klezmos and curule curves. Now we're entering the arts and crafts period of the early 20th century, where designers like Joseph Hoffman and Mackintosh really rejected all of the extreme ornamentation and instead went for very clean and honest lines. It kind of blows my mind that this chair design is well over 100 years old. I mean, it's so chic and modern. It just feels like something that you could buy from like a high-end retailer today. And then we would make our way into 20th century modernism, which would really embrace industrial materials and clean lines, just like every New York City tech bro's favorite, the Brauer's Wassily chair. And of course, we have the iconic Barcelona chair from 1929. And of course, the chair that has been duped to its limits, the Eames. There are so many other chairs throughout history, like this African tribal chair that is rich in cultural significance and history. And the Spanish birthing chair, I actually have one of these. It's one of my favorite antiques that I own. Today, we are blessed enough to be graced with beautiful creations such as this. I absolutely cannot wait to see how these are studied in history books to come. But in all seriousness, there are still beautiful chair creations being made today, like this beauty by French designer Pierre Mobilier. I'm probably butchering this, but just think, it all started with lifting ourselves up off the ground.